I'll be moving on to the second one, which is NSDJPY. So I was in this trade from, I think, last week Friday or Thursday. So I didn't really take this one from the daily or anything because it's 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 also choppy, and I don't really like drawing things that are not necessary. So for those who want me to illustrate what I saw, you can draw the structure in the daily, but I didn't draw this. I'm just drawing it now. And as you can see, we had the 1, 2, 3 formation within the structure. So first touch, third touch, second touch, third touch, and we had rejection from our support. We had this flag here, the correction, confirming a buy. You could have bought here. It went up. This impulse was quite decent, and as you can see, this is a invested in shoulders. I hope you spotted it before I did. Right, there's an invested in shoulders right here, and at the second shoulder we had another correction or flag. You could have entered there, you could have bought here, and the market just broke our structure, went up, correction phase right now. So with that said, we can come to the current price, and the current price, it's quite choppy as well, but it's similar from the bigger time frame. And as you can see, we had this 1, 2, if you may say, because this one, it's to trick those who don't know that this can count as a touch. This can count as your second touch, and we had our third touch right here. The market rejected from this support, went up, broke the resistance, retest, and right now it's forming another correctional flag. As you can see, the previous move was an impulse to correction. So let's just scale it down from the daily to 4 hours. And in the 4 hours, you can see that this huge impulse had a correction followed by a correction. So this is really made simple. You can literally repeat every structure that I drew from the daily, scaling down to the smaller time frames, because it's just moving the same. It's moving. Let me just illustrate it. This is what it's doing. We had our structure, broke from the structure, we had another structure, broken up, right, another structure. So it's moving like that. Impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. So right now, okay, let me just remove this. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. This might take a while, because right now I'm holding the microphone with my hand. I can't see my tripod, so I'm trying my best to record this. So, okay, just hold on. Sorry, I've got it. So we're within our correction here, and as you can see, we've already broke our resistance, and here's our support. Let's just scale down to 1 hour. I just want to show you guys where I caught this trade. Where was it? I think it was around these areas, but I used the M15 to spot any flags. So the market, just hold on. Let me see if I can replay the market. Okay, no, I cannot, but it's fine. So the market was literally at this point. So anything outside the gray area was not formed yet. I found the market within these areas, and we had an impulse, right, from our support. We had a huge impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. And as you can see, you can draw your support within these movements, right? And this is a significant support because it rejected here, rejected here, rejected here, rejected here, and if you extend, the same thing happened right here. So I based my trade off uh, this small correction here. I bought at the retest, so I waited for it to buy, break my resistance, and then reject back to my resistance, or now the new support. And there was enough confirmation for me to go long from this point. And as you can see, it really went a long way, right? And I've been holding this trade since last week, and today's just Monday. So moving on, so this was my NSDJPY trade, and the reason why I'm showing this right now, because it has potential. Let me just remove this. It has potential to create another correction right here, because it just broke this resistance, so it can move just like that. And at this point, the third touch is where I'm gonna base my trade off. Let me just use the long position. So it's gonna look something like this, right? It's just a repetition of what the market has been doing. So this is NSDJPY, and let's move on to the second or third trade with USD Canadian dollar. Don't worry, I analyzed everything. So right now it's just an overview. That's why I'm trying to rush through everything. So with USD CAD, just like I said earlier, it's Monday, the week already started, so I'm just gonna go to the daily and move on to the current market. So with this one, you can see we had this correction here, or structure. So if I draw it, my support will be so, and my resistance will be so. So this is our structure. You can see we had our first, second, and third touch. And at the third touch, which has the highest probability, it rejected very aggressively to the downside, which is a great thing. Moving on to the 4-hour time frame, let me just expand my chart. And here everything is very clear. This is similar to a previous setup. I'm not sure which one it is, but we had an inverse head and shoulders, right? We had our inverse head and shoulders, and I think I sent the signal for this chart or pair in the WhatsApp group chat, but the market was still around these areas. I remember the market was literally at this point. This double top was at that point, it hadn't formed yet. It was still right here. So I'm showcasing this setup because there are still tons of entries that you can have. Because if you draw your highest highs and lowest lows, we can do that 90% rule. And let's just put our highest high here. So with our levels, we can see the price still has a bit of movement to the downside. This space right here, that's the opportunity zone, if I may call it. But you can see it's later on the movement, because this is what we should have capitalized on. But I think it's still we can still get some opportunities with this one. So let's just get into it. Let me zoom in. So we had this lows here, right? We had these lows. So as you can see, the market broke out these lows. It broke it like very rapidly. I just want to extend it and fix it. So it broke our lows very aggressively here. And what would be in our favor is if we can get another is if we can get another correction for a retest on these lows that were broken. So if the market can go sideways right here and retest on our previous lows that were broken, we can secure a trade here. So if the market does form this flag or rejection, I'll be very happy to take this trade, just as so. But then this is a very short-term trade, as you cannot hold beyond this lowest low right here. You cannot hold beyond that one, because that's our 90% rule, remember. So that's our USD CAD. It was just a quick overview.